All right, so we're back for another episode of the Idiot Circle. I'm Mike.
I'm Fred.
I'm Rob.
And Fred, why don't you introduce our guest down in the bottom left corner there?
Ladies and gentlemen, guitar player and savant of getting people partied and drunked up with a lead singer of the Gobies, one of the best bands in St. Clair County, Mr. Jon Janssen. Jon, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Freddie. I like your shirt, Fred, too.
Of course.
Yeah.
I always come prepared, brother.
Nice.
I know you do. I wish I had those headphones, too. Those look really cool, too. So, is he always dressed like that when he's on the show? Or
he's a groupie for everybody. You should have seen when we had Eddie Stevens on the show. I swear to God, I thought he was gonna just start knobbing on him.
Oh, really? Are you talking about yourself?
Yeah. Were you looking in the mirror, Rob? Yeah, you have a man crush on Eddie.
Hold on.
I would say a man crush. So here's the story, Jon. Yeah. I grew up, in my early childhood in Marine City. I moved to Southern California for about 20 years, lived here in Florida for about 20, moved back to Marine City for about 3 years. Unfortunately, I never really caught your act. That's my problem. I know you guys are a great band, but one night we went out. Oh, it was the Winterfest at St. Clair, and we saw Los Gringos. And I said, God damn! I said, that guy is the David Lee Roth of St. Clair County. That man is like amazing.
Well, he's 72 years old. He's been doing it a long time. Right. Good at things after you do it for that long.
Jon, he just seems like that guy, when he's up there, you just is a peon out in the stands, looking in, you say, damn, I want to party with that guy. I know there's going to be trouble to be had if I go out partying with that guy.
Have you had Eddie on the show or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had him last week.
Yeah, we have.
Okay, cool.
We had him between sets. He was playing a gig in St. Clair, and he took an extended set and made the other guys play for like 45 minutes, I think, while he was talking to us.
That's normal Gringo stuff. The 45-minute breaks and the 20-minute sets. So.
We made him tell stories about all his bandmates when they couldn't hear. It was hilarious. Yeah.
No, honestly, yeah, you're right. You're right. Eddie is amazing, and when you see him, there's not many people who can do what Eddie does. That's for sure. So no doubt about that.
I know you're just as great as a showman as he is, because I've heard people talk about you and the group all as much. It's just that he was really good interacting with that crowd that night. It was it was 2 freaking degrees out. And he was just jumping around. His voice sounded good. He just got everybody into it. And there wasn't many people. It was 12 degrees, 2 degrees.
Yeah. Crazy. I remember the night. Yeah.
Yeah.
See what we mean about man crush? He's got Wood talking about Eddie here. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Well, and I also like the other group we saw, and we had him on the show too. That was the Meldrum Brothers guys that we had the singer on.
Oh, yeah, I know them guys.
Yeah, and you know what I liked? I saw them at the Battle of the Bands, and I know Fred and Mike are going to get in your music too, just like we did with them, but I kind of coined them of like Leonard Skinner of St. Clair County. They just play that good old Southern rock, and they do some songs that some bands don't cover or like to cover, and it was really cool.
Yeah, they're a great band too. There's no doubt about that. Chris can sing too. He's I don't know if he's probably an alto or something, but he's a big guy and he sings like a bird. And unlike me, I mean, I don't even know where my voice range is, but I try to stick with what I can sing. But them guys can sing all over the map. They are amazing, no doubt about it.
Well, Jon, let me step in for you a little bit here. I mean, the things that you've been able to accomplish with this group. I mean, I know you've been with other groups in the past, but this group you put together, and you got Keith Ottenbacher on drums, and then the other guys came in. I mean, you got everybody requesting you to play weddings, playing at gigs at the Plaza, Battle of the Bands. Just the fact that, and friggin' not to mention boat night at the yacht club. And like,
were you there, by the way? Were you there?
No, I stay as far away from the yacht club as I possibly can.
That's a court mandate. He's not
Yeah,
allowed.
yeah, he's not allowed within 1,000 feet.
It's not that he
We've
wanted
done,
to.
we've done that boat night probably, I don't know, we tried to figure it out, maybe 6, 7, 8, I don't know, maybe 10 times. I don't know how many times we've done it, but we've never had people do the old climb the poles in the middle of the tent.
Oh yeah, I saw the pictures on Facebook.
Oh yeah, I mean,
They did that this past gig?
yeah, it was probably the craziest crowd they've ever had there. I mean, I don't know how many people there probably. I mean, it's got 1,000. I don't know how big the tent's pretty big. So, but people were just crazy that night. Yeah, it was probably the best one so far. So yeah,
That's really cool. And
Yeah.
and not to mention the fact that you played my daughter's graduation party, which was really cool.
people are still talking about the food truck. I never got to the food truck. So.
Oh God.
What was
Food
it?
trucks were good.
Yeah. But
What was it?
they were in my next door neighbor's driveway.
Yeah, but what was it? Everybody's talking about this food
One
truck.
was the Detroit barbecue company, and another one was a kind of like I don't want to say vegetarian, but kind of like rice bowls with whatever you want, lamb.
I think that's what it was. That's
yeah.
what everybody
That would
was
not be
doing.
vegetarian, Fred. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
No.
I mean, I know
lambs eat vegetables, but I
You
don't know
could
about
get a
No,
vegetarian.
I'm a vegetarian. I only eat lamb.
yeah. But I mean, I couldn't remember if it was vegetarian or not, and then I remembered there was you could mix it up a little bit. But even when you think about going up to T's Roadhouse and listening you play, it seems like everywhere you go. I mean, and you go anywhere out. If you go out in Port Huron, you go in Marine City, St. Clair, Marysville, you're always going to run into somebody that's got a Gobies shirt on.
Mhm.
You guys advertise very well that way. And the one thing is the songs that you guys play. What I like about is, again, in this area, I don't see a lot of people playing the same songs that you play. Maybe one or two, but you guys have a plethora of a song list that you probably just feed off the crowd and figure out if we're gonna melt your face off, get you to dance, or just to kind of appease some of the 1970s people. We got to get them taken care of too. So, I mean, that's what I love about you guys. Very humble, and to be able to have you guys and the other bands in this area. I don't think there's another area in the state that has the talent that we have.
Yeah, I mean, around here, right, there's probably 4 or 5 bands that are, I mean, if I go down to Florida a lot, my son lives down there, and in the Fort Myers area, and you go watch bands, and he even, he goes and watches music down there, and he's like, there's just nothing like what we have up here. I mean, not the talent. I mean, there's a lot of musicians down there and there's a lot of players, but it's not what we're doing up here. I don't know if it's the Detroit thing or us growing up around music stores, like my father owned a music store for, 20 years, and Keith and Kevin, our drummer, and his twin brother own a music store, so, I mean, they're teachers. I know Eddie and all them guys, and Los Gringos, they're just, a bunch of guys that lived in music stores and loved music and really, like right now, I just can't figure out, and I don't know about you guys, but man, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of younger kids. We're in our 50s, and some of them are, some of the guys in some of these bands are in their 60s. Why are we the only ones doing this? Why aren't these kids? Where are the young kids that can play?
They're all fucked up, John.
I don't know. Maybe they're playing video games or something. I
That's
don't
it.
understand.
Well,
They
they're in a
Guitar
band.
Hero.
They're in a band, but they're playing Rock Band on friggin'
Yeah.
on one of the gaming systems. So
Yeah, I don't, and that's one thing I often wonder. I'm like, when we were growing up, we were pretty good. We were playing out a lot. We were doing, we started out doing our own stuff, and actually back up in high school, we started, there was a bunch of bands that, I went to Richmond High School, and Keith and Kevin, Ottenbachers were, they always had their bands, and my brother and I always had our bands, and then, sometimes we'd split off and have separate, 3, 4 bands, and so we played. I mean, we were playing in the bars when we were 16, you know, my dad had a booking agency, and so he would book us, and you know, we'd sneak beers, you know, this normal stuff. But we were young. We were in high school playing in bars. Now, I don't remember the last time I mean, there's a few, but not very often. You go in a bar and you see some hot players that are in their early 20s. I mean, if they are, they're playing their own music and they're down in the city, and that could be what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, but
I think a lot of it is the younger generation isn't as invested in music as we are, because when we grew up, we actually had to buy music. You know, we actually had to save up to buy CDs or buy records or tapes. You know, they just go on YouTube and listen to one song and they think, oh, I like this song, but they don't go any deeper than that. So, I mean, I think most people that are musicians these days or just generally love music, it's because they grew up with that. We didn't listen to one song on an album. We listened to one side, flipped it over, listened to it again, flipped it over, flipped it over. This is what we did. I think that's a big part of, you know, the younger generation. They get bits and pieces, and they're slammed with so much information. They're on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat. And we didn't have any of that shit. We had a turntable.
We like to bitch about the youth on this show all the time.
Yeah, we do.
Because we're a bunch of 50-year-olds, right?
Yeah, we're old codgers now.
And I remember my dad, when he was 50, bitched about us. And you know, it's just what it is. But hey, tell me about that fucking hot van you guys have that you
I was gonna ask him about that.
Yeah.
I love that, man.
I remember the first.
I've seen that, John. That thing is sweet.
We need to hear the story about this van.
Yeah.
Well, the van, I got him. It's, you know, short story. I got in a motorcycle accident. So my wife told me to get rid of, you know, stop buying the motorcycle things. So she said if I bought a van, she would, because I used to motorcycle camp, I still do. And she would go with me. So I remember taking this picture of this cool van that was sitting in a store's parking lot. And it was like 3 weeks prior to my accident. And I said, well, if I can, you know, she wanted me to buy a camper. Well, she's thinking, or a motorhome. And I'm thinking in my head, this old 1986 Class B camper van. And so I called, and the lady still had it. We worked out a deal and I bought it. Well, it turned into kind of our mascot for the band, because a guy named Todd Power said, you should put, he owns a print shop in Marysville. He said, you should put
TP logos.
Yeah, TP logos, Todd Power's logos. And he said, we should put your logo on the back. I'll find a picture of it real quick here, on the back of the van. And so it's kind of become this thing where people, when we're out and about playing, for one, you see the van, there's not many around like that, 1986 conversion van. And then you got, you know, we bring it to the shows, and then people like to take pictures with it. So it's kind of like us. I'll just,
because I remember the first time when you bought it and you brought it to the plaza. Oh my God. I was going, that is so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know what's kind of cool about it, John, is you see something like that driving up, and you know there's going to be two things.
So I don't know how to
take a look at
that thing.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Awesome.
Yeah. So without the Gobies on the back, you're driving up, you're going to pass that van, you're going to say either John Wayne Gacy is driving this van or a rock star, right? Those are the two people that drive that van.
Exact thing has happened. So I pulled a van out around my house, and there's new neighbors, and it's a girl in the backyard with some little kids playing, and I pull the van up right in front of her backyard, because I can see my neighbor's patio like through her backyard, and she's out on the patio with some friends of hers. And so I stop the van and I start waving and honking the horn and waving,
God,
which she thinks I'm waving and honking at her kids in the backyard. And then it goes around the neighborhood that there's this creepy dude in this van. And I'm like, no, that wasn't. I was waving at the people behind you, not your kids. But,
that's classic.
Yeah. Hey, do us a favor, write a song and call it "Creepy Dude in a Van," will you?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
or a ballad of why did I do the idiot circle?
Oh,
Yeah. That'll be a quick write for you, I'm sure.
Well, the good news is nobody's gonna see it, John. You'll never get a comment.
No, that's
Why did you
cool.
go on that show?
Now, is that an aluminum solo cup you got going there, John?
Yeah.
What's the story
Try one
there?
of these yet?
No.
Where the hell did I get this? I don't know. I saw it. I grabbed it from somebody and I said, I got to have that. And they're made by Ball aluminum cups.
Oh,
Okay.
And I have
These
not
are the
lost
jars.
Like
Yeah,
2 weeks
Ball
ago.
does the canning jars.
Oh, is
So,
that what they are? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So this is, and it kind of keeps your drink cold too. I mean, this thing's like freezing right now. So this
Yeah.
is, I have not lost. It's been 2 weeks. So I don't know if you can buy them in packs of 10 or what. Somebody had one and I grabbed it from them. So.
Now,
cool.
now you should put the Gobies logo on those bad boys and sell
Yeah.
those.
No, that's a
Fuck
great idea.
yeah.
So
That is a
John,
great idea.
just to throw a little note out to you, my daughter does tumblers on her Cricut, and she does for weddings and graduation parties, does koozies and stuff like that. Just a little side note.
Okay.
Reasonably
maybe I'll get a hold of her.
reasonably priced, but
I'll cheat on Todd Powers and go to your
oh,
daughter.
hey, Todd's a good dude. Todd's a good dude, man. I've known Todd for a while.
That's cool.
But a funny thing too is I had a buddy that went to Richmond, and his brother was in a band called One Way.
Yeah, you're talking about
Jeff Peabuck.
Yeah, Jeff Peabuck. So all through high school, Jeff and Kevin and Keith, first band I saw them with was they played. I still remember that it was a talent show. I don't even think Tom and I played in it, my brother and I, but Keith and Kevin played in it because I think they had like, freaking girls singing, and then they had a girl that I think the girl who won the whole thing was a contortionist. She could stick her leg, flip
Hey,
her
now.
stick her leg up, her head
Hello.
between her legs.
He gets
She
my
won the
vote.
thing, of course. But he was playing. They did. I think, or maybe Jeff wasn't in the band, but he was in a band. It was called Allroth, and it was Jeff B.
Oh
Buck,
yeah.
Chris Kochak, Kevin and Keith,
Yes.
and that was before One Way, and I do remember One Way back in the day.
Yeah,
too, so that's
I went
funny.
because Eric, his brother, and I graduated together, but he went to Richmond. I went to Marine City, but we played basketball at the community college for a year, and his brother was playing at the Ritz. We went down there and got stupid polluted.
How did you know? How did you get to know? How did you know Jeff?
Through his brother Eric.
Oh, Eric. Okay, because
Yeah.
you Eric's age. Okay, yeah, I knew that.
Yeah,
guys.
but
Very well.
and and I've chatted with Jeff in the past, through Facebook, and I'm still friends with Eric. So that's kind of funny. But when you get into that whole music thing, you're playing like everywhere, John. I mean, it's like wherever you go, it's like you'll go. Okay, it's
Oh,
you're
look,
playing.
he's texting a bigger name on the other phone.
Right.
No, I gotta show
He's
you
like,
something
fuck
that's
these
freaking hilarious.
guys.
I gotta show you this.
Yeah, because
Going about that.
it's boat night and everybody climbs over, and then all of a sudden you come down to St. Clair Plaza to see Big Papa, and it's like a very small group. Why is nobody here? Because they're up at boat night watching the
Yeah.
Gobies.
Well, I mean, 14 years we've been doing this, the same
Wow.
band. So we've had a lot of practice and all that. But
Same
I gotta
guys. Same guys
Same
for
guy-
14
well,
years?
we started out with so our first drummer was Ron Vanderlip, who was a singer for Heaven's Wish, which was a big
Oh,
band
yeah.
in the 80s and 90s.
Oh yeah, I know what Heaven's
I mean,
Wish.
them guys were huge back in the day. So my brother and him played in the band, and when I started the Gobies, I guess it was 14 years ago, we needed a drummer, and he was the singer, but he also played drums, and actually he played a stint, just did like a tour with I can't remember the name, but it's a couple big bands back in the day, like tribute bands with one of the members in it or something. But so he toured around with some people, but he's a good drummer, but he was old. So we had him in the band for probably a year or two, maybe going on 2 years. And we got so lucky that he kind of got sick and he was tired and he couldn't do, we were playing a lot. and we had to do Stars and Stripes in Mount Clemens, and he said he couldn't do it, so we're scrambling to find a drummer, and no way in hell I'd ever think I'd play with, you know, Keith Ottenbacher as my drummer. You know, there's just untouchable. So but we called him and he said he would do the gig, so we thought it was a one-time thing only, and we played that gig. It went real well, and then we said, do you want to do another one? And he said sure. And 14 years later, he's, you know, we're doing 70, 80, 90 shows. I don't know how many shows we're doing this year, too many, but probably 80. And we're still doing it. And
do you have to ask him every?
If you've never seen him play, he's one of the greatest drummers you'll ever see.
There's no question about that.
No question.
Him and Kevin are.
Yeah. And his brother, guitar-wise, is probably one of the greatest guitar players I've ever seen. So, I mean, it's just, we're fortunate to have guys in our band that can play. And my brother, you know, he's an amazing guitar player also. And Mike, you know, Hogard, our bass player, he's a bass player, you know. So I don't know what else to say, but he's a very good bass player too. So we got good players. I'm probably the weakest link in the band. So, but it is my band, so I can be that way, but
you're selling
yourself. I gotta show you guys something.
Yeah,
so talking about Freddie, talking about Allroth and all that stuff. Check this out. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this or not, but so somebody threw this on internet, and I just copied it and threw it on Facebook. But check this out. This. If you can read it, it says, 1985 Hacks, which is my brother's band. I was not in that band at the time. Allroth, which would have been Kevin and Keith, and Chris Krochek, I believe, in the band, and B-Buck. And then it says, read what it says there. Can you guys read that?
And 21 half barrels?
Yeah, 21 half barrels. Hell no, there was not 21 half barrels there. There might have been 2 half barrels.
Maybe it says 2.1. Yeah, 2.1 half barrels.
There was no way there was 21. You know how much beer 21 half barrels? Yeah. But I love how they put the direction. I remember I was there. And I remember this because they were running the band off of a freaking Briggs and Stratton generator. And the thing was going winding up and down and up. Funny. And nobody, and it sounded so terrible. I don't know who had because it was so far back in this where'd it go?
We lost you. Yeah, lost
in that field. This is like 2 miles. I don't know how many miles off the road it was, but it was way back in the field. I remember that. But there was not whoever put 21 half.
Well, that's Richmond high school math.
It looks like there's a decimal. It really does between the 2 and the 1. It's 2 half barrels and then a 6-pack.
It says 21 half barrels. And then I love this too. Down here, it's got north, south, east, and west.
So the funny thing is too is I've seen that picture before on it was on Mike Pankowitz.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, probably posted that. Yeah, way back, probably.
God rest his soul.
Yeah, he passed away. And
there's a lot of guys from Richmond that I know, and between Marine City, St. Clair, and Algonac, all guys that were involved in bands. I mean, I played a little bit with Dale Volker, and Mike and I are starting to get things together, do some duet stuff, and then put something together as well. So. We're
full of shameless plugs tonight, Mike.
Oh yeah.
For his daughter. This portion of the show is brought to you by Fred and all his side epic.
Yeah. You're just lucky you're in Florida. I would rip your ass apart.
Did you say you're jamming, Freddie?
Yeah.
I didn't know you even played.
I sing.
We're gonna do all Slim Whitman.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a Slim Whitman cover band.
Yeah.
What is your favorite band, Freddie?
My favorite band right now.
Here we go.
Well, Big Rack.
Big Rack.
Big Rack.
Say Big Rack. Yeah.
Big Rack.
Big Rack, Kiss, and I love Blue Rodeo, and
I like Blue Rodeo. Yeah.
And like I have so many playlists. My phone's just jammed up with music, creating playlists. But a lot of some of the older stuff, which is like all of us, and I'm sure all of us, like Mike and Rob and myself, is when you bought an album or a cassette, there was always a song that you found that hit you a little bit deeper than the actual song you bought it for.
Fred, what would that be? Name a song and tell us how it hit you deeper.
Oh God, here he goes. Here he goes. He's gonna try to get him to cry.
You're such a cheese.
Mike, stop! He's got a roll.
He knows now that you're trying.
I'll like the stuff like I'll use Prince as an example. The one reason why I'm so enthralled by him is because all the albums that he had, none of them were ever the same. He reached, and he was kind of like Tiger Woods in golf. Even though he was really good, he was always trying to tweak something.
That's a great analogy.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I think he's being sarcastic.
Did everybody get to see Prince? Did everybody see Prince?
I saw him twice.
One time.
Phenomenal.
I saw him Purple Rain, Joe Louis. I don't know, when was that? 1986?
1985, because I was there too.
85, yeah, because it was before I graduated. So, and I always say that was the best concert I've ever seen in my life. There is nobody that's ever beat that concert. Maybe I saw an Iron Maiden concert, which is two drastic concerts, two different things.
Another phenomenal band.
Yeah, I mean, I think I remember being at an Iron Maiden going, this could be better than Prince.
This could be the one.
In a different way. It was.
You were with me and Eddie and Jeff and all them when we went down to with Paul Shunk and his brother Kenny when we all jumped in the MRSA mobile.
Wagon.
Yeah, the stabbing wagon going down to St. Andrews Hall to see Big Rex. So
yeah. So again, we went. I don't know. We went twice. We saw him.
Yep.
Did you go to? So we went to St. Andrews upstairs.
And then we did downstairs. The downstairs is because you bought the extra tickets for me.
Oh, did I? Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
No, that is a great band. I mean,
that's funny how nobody remembers Fred in these stories. He relives them back, and nobody remembers Fred.
Fred does.
He's always
the
going,
only
"No, don't you remember?"
Because I was actually with them for some of it. Yeah. Until
hey, Mike, just write it down. We're gonna put Unforgettable in the song list.
Unforgettable.
I just told Mike, write it down in our song list. We're gonna do Unforgettable.
Yeah.
I'll do the Natalie Cole repeating everything you say.
Yeah.
Nice. So John, who's some of your favorite bands? You asked Freddie. I'm curious what some of yours are.
So I was talking to somebody at work the other day, and I said I don't even know what radio stations, what they're playing or who's who anymore. I don't listen.
Right.
Politics. So that's all they're playing though.
Yeah, I go back to my standbys. I mean, I love any Canadian music. I think Canadians have the best rock music right now for the last 20 years.
I was gonna say Gordon Lightfoot.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
All you have to do is watch.
I was a big Tragically Hip fan, through the 90s. And actually, I think, I'm not sure, but somebody told me we saw them at Camel Street Station in Sarnia before they were big, and their name might not even have been Tragically Hip. But I believe it because I know I saw a lot of bands back then there that came out, and then they're from London or wherever, and next thing you know they're freaking huge. So Tragically Hip is probably one of my all-time favorites, but I started out like a lot of people when I was a kid. My mother, she listened to FM 100 back then, and they played everything, but they would play a lot of Eagles. So I remember my first, it was 8-track, my first record was On the Border by the Eagles, and
nice.
Freaking wore that 8-track out. So I was a huge Eagle fan. I thought they were the only band that existed back then,
Right.
So you started out with the Eagles, and then of course you move on from Eagles to Kiss. That's how it works.
that sounds like a natural progression.
There. It's a seamless jump. Yeah.
Oh my God, what's that makeup, man? That's pretty cool. And so I bought a Kiss, my second rec. I think it was. So I think
he likes to play with dolls.
I want to say I got an 8-track of. So Alive was recorded at Cobo Hall.
That was phenomenal.
Yeah. So I think it was an 8-track of Kiss Alive. which would have been 1975 or 4 or what, 5 probably.
75.
Yeah, 75.
Does the van
So
have
that
an
was my
8-track in it?
second. What's that?
Does the van have an 8-track in it?
No, it's got a cassette though. So I
Oh,
have
okay.
Actually.
Close enough.
Yeah. So
Is there one? Is there a tape stuck in it, and it keeps playing the same
Oh, he's
tape?
got a wheel.
Nice. WLZ.
Let's go through my cassette collection. that I
Yeah.
have.
Oh, there you go.
Let's do that.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll just randomly pick some stuff out here. George Thorogood and the Destroyers.
Yeah,
That's
the
a great-
Delaware Destroyers, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Uh,
Who's opening up for Sammy Hagar in August at
Is
Pine
there? I didn't even know he was alive. So here's
Young
the next
MC.
one. So
Young
here-
MC.
Young
Bust the
MC,
move,
you see
baby.
that? Yeah.
Bust the move.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. Let's see. That's some. How about wait?
Yeah, let's go to the
Mixtape?
mixtape. Let's hear the mixtapes.
I don't even know what that is. I have no idea. What is it?
Kelly
Keely
Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Keely Hamilton.
Oh man, it's some hot chick somewhere back in 1984 or something probably.
Or it's a guy. We don't know.
Simon and Garfunkel greatest hits.
Of course.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, probably one of the best bands in the 80s and just amazing.
Yes.
Yes.
Upstairs
Yeah.
at Eric's. Nice.
Yeah. So let's keep going.
I like how everything
Oh,
is
here's
all updated.
Here's one. Triumph.
Triumph.
Oh
Look
boy.
at the
Yes.
record cover. Look at the cover of that. That's amazing.
Oh yeah. Hot.
Showing.
Smoking hot.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a good one.
That's how you sold music, baby.
ZZ Top.
ZZ
Nice.
Top. They also
Top
knew,
greatest hits.
also knew how to sell music with
Oh, here's some. This is funny as shit. Okay. Wait.
Oh, the jerky
Jerky
voice.
Boys.
Jerky Boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
And is
Yeah.
that one of the paper sleeves, John?
Yeah, looks
What's
like
that?
Yeah.
this
That
is
was
good.
one of the paper sleeves?
Yeah.
Hey,
look at that.
fruitcake. Hey,
Yeah.
fruitcake.
Yeah.
What do you bench?
So here, wait, I'll be done in a second, but
No,
this
this
is
is
great.
great.
the greatest
Going, man.
albums ever right
This
here.
is the highlight of our show ever.
Oh, Jay
Jay
Giles.
Giles.
Centerfold.
Big Giles, one
Giles.
of the best bands ever. Oh,
Yes, sir.
check this
I
out.
love how
Flame-
he says the best
flamethrower.
band ever to everyone.
Yeah. Perfect. Kiss, Animalize. Yes. McMoran. They played at McMoran in that tour.
That's right.
Yeah. I saw
Wow.
Rat and Bon Jovi at McMoran. That was the only
Yep.
big show.
Yeah. I
Um,
think you and I might have went to that, Freddie.
I think we did.
Well,
yeah,
someone
the rest of
remember
these are
Freddie.
just.
Yeah, I remember Freddie.
Oh, I never. I don't know about this. I don't know how this. Check this.
LA Guns.
LA
Hell
Guns.
yeah.
LA
Guns.
Guns.
This has got to be the worst record I've ever listened to. I still remember going, this band sucks.
Is
I
it-
don't-
Yeah,
is
but
it-
the first one is good. The one
Yeah.
with
One with
the
the Ballad of Jane.
logo.
Ballad
Yeah.
of Jane.
No.
No Mercy and all that on there. Yeah. That's a good one.
You must have been a fan. I just was not a fan, I guess.
Mm.
But here's one of my favorite Canadian bands of all time, and I think probably you guys.
Alanis
Say
Morissette.
something. No,
Honeymoon
Ooh,
Suite.
Honeymoon Suite.
Honeymoon
Hey,
Suite.
I- I'm glad you brought them up. If you listen to K106.3 over in Sarnia,
Yeah.
great station, plays just
Plays the same
probably-
thing every day.
Yeah, but it's you never get sick
Pretty
of
much.
what they
You're
play.
right.
But Honeymoon Suite is one of those bands where everybody says, well, they only had one hit. No, they didn't.
No, hell no.
No, that whole album is badass.
Every-
Their second album is badass, and their
Yeah.
third one was
Third album was
damn
great.
good too.
John,
Yeah.
don't you guys do New Girl now?
We
Or
do
no?
like
Yeah.
like every other band in the world. That's one of the songs that
Okay.
we do that a lot of other bands do, but we try not to do songs that other bands are
I
doing.
don't hear a lot of
So,
bands playing
so,
New Girl now.
No.
Yeah, I mean
No.
everybody used to play it back in the day, but
Well, yeah.
kind of resurrected it and brought it back.
Yeah.
again. But
Good.
so we're just trying to stay away from how we came up with our just short story on our song list. And why we play what we play is because I had a DJ business and was DJing at if you guys will remember Amos's Buffalo Tavern.
Oh yeah.
So out on Gratiot there outside of Richmond. So we were the house DJs. I didn't have a band then. I was in between bands. I was coming out of an original band called the Das Beanheads, and we had some little bit of success in the 90s, and so wasn't doing much playing, but I had a DJ business, and So I was at Amels twice a week, Friday and Saturday night. And, you know, Michelle, the owner, would have bands every couple of weeks or whatever. And these bands would come in, and I'm not kidding, they would play the same songs. Every one of them played exactly. I'm like, they could exchange playlists. And it was just like, so I would take their playlists and I would go, I want to start a band, you know, I'm thinking about it.
Never playing
Never play that set. Never play this song. Never play Sweet Home Alabama. Never play Crazy Bitch. Never play, you know, what's the one, the country, not a country guy, but everybody does something, man, whatever, man.
Simple Man. Simple Man.
Simple Man.
Oh, yeah.
I never play Simple Man. So I started marking those off. And then I had a old playlist from a band called the Zebra Mussels, and I don't know if you guys remember them.
Oh yeah, I remember the Zebra Mussels.
Yeah, so they used to play up here in St. Clair. They're from down in, I think they were down from like Mount Clemens area, St. Clair Shores. They would come up and play. This is back in the early '90s. Rochelle's were Pepper Joe's is now.
Mhm.
They used to come and they played.
Burkhards, the old Burkhards.
Yeah, it was the old Burkhards. They used to play. They came out. I saw them. First time I saw them, their name was Velvet Elvis. And I walked in there, and I was playing an original band at the time. And but I saw this band playing covers, and they were playing the coolest covers. They were playing U2, they were playing Nirvana, they were playing REM, they were playing
Pearl Jam.
you know, all these great songs, you know. And I'm going, these guys are cool shit. So that place used to just, I mean, there'd be a line out the door for these guys. And they were there probably every other weekend or something. And I actually had stolen one of their playlists, and I kept it for some reason. And it was somewhere, I probably still have it somewhere in all my shit. And so when I started this band, I was doing the, I'll never play this song. I'll never play this song. And then I found that playlist, and I go, but I am going to steal half of the songs that these guys played. And I did. And we still, to this day, we play a lot of the same songs. They're not a band anymore, so they don't care. And they're all friends of mine.
What was their name?
Velvet Elvis.
It was Velvet Elvis. And then they had to, some reason they had to change their name, and they used Elvis, and they got in trouble.
So let me ask, I was going to ask you this, how you came on the name Gobies. So they were named after an invasive species?
Yeah.
You named yours after invasive?
I stole everything from the Zebra. I stole the song list.
Hey, you're just paying homage.
Yeah. So I did the same thing. I'm like, okay, I love that Zebra Mussel thing. You know, you want to get rid of them, you don't like them. And then the Gobies, I mean, yeah, you catch a Goby, you smash the fucker on the ground and you kill it. And that's what I thought. That's kind of a good name. And then I thought, the Gobies, the Beatles, and that's how our logo came up, and it looks like a Beatles logo, and I'm still waiting to get sued on that, and maybe bad, you know, publicity to good publicity, but it hasn't happened. I don't think they care about us because
Gobies
so.
Gobies is better than shads or carp, I guess. So
well, I mean, it was an invasive species like I love that connection you just told about it, but you know, they've been in our waters for so long that they're no longer invasive, that the fish will now eat them. So you can use a goby for bait fish. You just can't have it in as bait in your well.
Yeah.
So you might have to change it to Asian carp or something.
So just talking about the fish. So I do all our flyers and all that. I got some stupid program that I do them all, and I can do them in minutes now. It used to take me a long time, but
Lennox?
What's that? No.
Minutes, he said.
I was going to say Lennox.
Not Linux.
No. So I did one time, and it was bad. I took a picture. I was on the boardwalk down here, Freddie, down on the river here, and there were these guys fishing, and they had taken a goby and just crushed this goby on the boardwalk. And I thought it was cool as hell. So I took a picture of it. Well, I remember I had the picture, and I had to put a flyer out real quick for the weekend gig. And I took a picture, and I said, the Gobies at whatever, you know, Military Street Music. It was a while ago. Military Street Music. And I had this picture of this goby just freaking smashed face, guts all over the thing. I don't know if anybody liked that or not.
You're a marketing whiz, John. You're a marketing whiz.
Yeah.
You really are. I mean,
What
you're
you do to a Gobies?
probably the most well-known band in the area as far as, name recognition. I think you guys are.
Well, until
by far.
you and Freddie get out there. I mean,
Oh,
just
yeah,
hey,
well.
just
Jesus Christ.
What's the name of your
understand,
band gonna
John.
be?
Understand you're
Tell
you're
him,
at the top
Fred.
here, but you're gonna be dethroned here pretty soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what? That's never going to happen. But I know
Hey.
for a fact that Jon Janssen will be in the crowd watching and telling us, will definitely give us some, critical help and tell us what we need to do. And
Well, if he comes on this piece of shit show, I have no reason to doubt.
oh my God, you're just
Hey, I
That is
got,
off the
I got a
rails.
name for you. I don't know. Call yourself the Not Yous. And then
Not
somebody
Yous.
say, hey, who are you going to see this weekend? And you go, the Not You.
yeah, that's a good one. I like that one.
Not
John,
bad.
stick
Going to
with
see
the
Not
music.
You.
John, stick with the music.
Yeah.
No, I think,
What are you talking about? He came up with the Gobies. I mean,
yeah.
what the hell?
He
You,
stole it from the zebra people.
We
Yeah,
didn't
I
know
did.
that until right now.
yeah,
told-
you didn't have to tell anything. Hey, Mike, shut Robbie. Put him on
Yeah,
mute.
can I mute him?
Yeah,
I'm gonna mute him.
2 minutes for
John,
unsportsmanlike
that's-
Yeah,
conduct.
you're in the penalty box.
John,
for 2
that's the
minutes.
most common request we get to mute my mic all the time.
I don't know. How many Oberons did you have so far? I mean, you on your first, second?
First,
Oh,
You should have
that's
saw him. Was it last week or two? No, it was last week or 2 weeks ago. He had a flower vase full of bourbon, literal flower vase.
it was my Tumblr. I'm marketing them, and I need some help with that, John. Maybe you can help me. I'd like to sell those.
Nice.
What's
Is it-
that? Rum chata?
No,
Rum
it's-
chata,
it's
come
That's what it
Stroke,
looks like.
stroke, start rum. It's rum. And
Is
Is that what you're
Shit.
drinking right now?
Yeah.
Drink it out of the bottle.
Yeah.
Drink it out of the bottle. John, take a pull. I'll get a bottle. I'll do the same.
Jesus Christ. What are we, 5 years old, Rob?
Yeah, no, we're 54, but I mean, going on 5. I'm gonna do.
I don't-
Yeah,
There
cheers.
you go. Patron,
Cheers.
nice. I don't have any alcohol here in the
Hey,
hotel room.
John,
I
to
feel
you
like
and the
an
Gobies,
idiot.
buddy. To you and the Gobies.
Cheers. Thank you.
Fred's
you.
got the Bush Latte.
Oh,
Is
I
it
got
Bush
one
or
of those
Bush
too.
Light? What do you got, Fred? Bush or Bush
It's
Light?
Bush Light. That was a Bush Light.
Okay.
The
John Deere version.
The John Deere version.
I think there should be a Gobies version of Bush Light.
Yeah, you could do that. And I still have this jingle juice. It's got sparkles in the bottom.
Is that what happens when you sit on
Oh,
Santa's
God.
lap?
Yeah,
Oh
it's
boy.
amazing. I don't know if I'll ever drink. I don't know how old this is. This could be like 30 years old.
I would like to, it would be interesting whether you're pissing that stuff out or shitting that stuff out, the glitter.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Who
I'm not
knows?
doing it. I'm not doing the jingle juice. So.
Hey, John, let me ask you a question.
Not yet. If you run out of rum, you might.
Mhm.
So one of the great things about being a rock star, right, is,
Because Rob knows.
no,
I
have
wouldn't know.
I
I
have
wouldn't
no
know what a
idea.
rock
This
star
is
is.
I'm trying to think what would be great about it because I have no idea. But if you're playing out there, all those beautiful ladies looking at you as you're playing, right? I mean, they all want you. And I always ask everybody that comes on here to do this.
What-
We haven't had any.
You're not interviewing Bon Jovi here.
No, hey, listen, you guys, all you rock stars, man, you are definitely pulling it in, right? And let me ask you, like one of the songs that you play that is just a true panty dropper, what is it?
Oh, geez, I don't know. I really, honestly, I'd have to look at a list, and I don't think there's one on there.
Well, there's got to be one, all the ladies like.
Well, we know it's
well, I
not
don't
Crazy
know.
Bitch because they don't play that.
Well, I know.
Here's an old list right here. So it with
I
the
can,
coffee.
I can probably
with the
say
coffee on it. So
Is that
I-
coffee or
I
is
don't know.
that
They're all
urine and
panty.
blood and what is that?
they're all
You're in
panty
the
droppers, I
blood.
guess.
What
I
is-
would say one of John's best songs is Jimmy Eat World.
Yeah.
In the
I
middle?
love that song.
Yeah, in the
That's
middle,
a great
yeah.
song.
I love that
I'm
band.
thinking on that list, Just Like Heaven's probably a good one for women.
Yeah, The Cure. Yeah.
No,
That's a
hell
good
yeah.
one.
And
Yeah.
friggin',
You
of
know,
course,
You're
Keith
right.
just kills that song.
Dude, you do Tainted Love? That's awesome.
Yeah, they do a
But we
great
don't do
job of
that.
that.
Oh
don't do
man,
that.
that's one of my favorite songs.
Oh, you know what one on there? Cruise is going to be the panty dropper for the women.
Yeah, it works pretty well.
Give us a little snippet, John. Belt out a couple lyrics of that bad boy.
No,
Come
I'm not
on.
gonna do
I
it.
want you to be the first one. Come on.
You have to go to the show, man. If you
Yeah.
want to see it, you have to go.
You want to
show.
see it and experience it? Come see them live.
Yeah, we'll be at the where the hell are we? We're gonna be Friday night. We are at. Hold on a sec. Give me one sec.
I like that you have the calendar on your phone because Paul Shunk has a little notebook that he writes all of his stuff
and
in.
so does our drummer Keith, because Paul and you had Kevin and Paul on.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're so old school. They don't even they still have flip phones and stuff.
They probably use pencils too.
We asked Eddie, and Eddie just said, I let my handlers tell me where I need to be and when I need to be there.
Yeah, he gets called. He has to be told when to be where he's supposed to be. So, that's Eddie though. Let me see. Let me find it real quick. You guys can talk. Let me.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And while you're looking,
You're giving the show
also
back to us now. That's thanks.
We can also mention that John is a proud parent of two stellar athletes from St. Clair High School as well.
Yeah. Thank you, Freddie.
Oh yeah, and
Ian and Mia. Yeah.
Yeah, Ian and Mia. Basketball player, just like her mama. Ann Shaw, Fred Shaw's daughter, and then Ian played baseball up at Saginaw Valley.
Yeah.
And had a pretty decent career. So, it's nice to you got Ann Shaw, who's in the Hall of Fame up at SC4, and then she played at UAD when I was at UAD playing baseball at UAD, and then John friggin' rocks St. Clair County, and then you got the two kids tearing it up in St. Clair High School and going off to play in a little college ball. That's the one talented family right there, boys and girls.
No, thank you, Freddie. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
They didn't get any of that talent from me. They got it from their mother, and that's what she'll tell you. So,
well, yeah, I know you won't argue on that.
No, probably not. So, let me tell you where we are playing on. We're playing the Bay Area Sports Show. It's a and food truck rally. Let me read this off to you guys. Nice. New Baltimore Parks, No Limit Fishing Adventures Incorporated, Bubba's Barbecue Catering. Oh, but that's just a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Where's this? Okay, right here. Join us for the second annual food truck rally 2022 Bay Area sports thing. I think Cabela's got something to do with this. It's a fishing tournament, and you can also enjoy beverages, beer tent, live music from the Gobies beginning at 8 p.m. See the entire weekend lineup. You can go to bayareasportshow.com. It's got all that. It's right on the waterfront. It's supposed to be beautiful out on Friday. So
this Friday?
It'd be cool. This Friday, yeah. 8
Nice.
o'clock. So
nice.
It's free probably to get in. And then they got all the food trucks and
that's awesome.
Yeah, so that should be a pretty cool event. We've never done it before, but we'll see how it goes. So that's Friday night. Saturday we're doing some private event Saturday, so we'll be gone. But,
so what's the next time you play the Plaza?
Plaza. Let me see here. Excuse me. The Plaza, we will be back in St. Clair at the Plaza.
We're going to do a show too, John, coming up to feature the Battle of the Bands in Marine City too.
Okay, yeah, we'll get to that one. But so we're doing so Freddie, boat race weekend. We'll be there Friday night.
Yeah.
So the boat race
is that next week?
That's huge. That's a huge party. Excuse me.
Is that next week, John?
Yeah. That's.
Are they gonna do it in the Plaza, or are they gonna put it out in the water?
No, they're doing it on the stage. Close the street down. Their stage in the middle of the street. It's pretty cool. If you weren't there last year, it was a banger. No, down in front of the Plaza. They put the big stage there. Yeah. So that's the 29th. And then when's the Battle of the Bands? Is
19th.
19th of
August.
Did any of you guys make that?
Oh, yeah.
You did?
Mike and I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to be there this year then? Okay.
Oh yeah, we were there.
All three of us were there
last
last year. Yeah.
That was a riot. That was
Yeah,
a
we were
riot.
there, all of us last year. We had a good time.
Yeah, that was cool. You saw Paul and them against Meldrum Brothers, but you
Yeah.
weren't there
Yep.
Friday night.
Yeah,
Right.
we were there Saturday.
Oh,
Well, you
I
gotta-
saw you Friday night again.
Fred was there.
Yeah,
Fred was
I
there.
saw you play and then Los Gringos.
Yeah, so this year I guess we're gonna do which is probably a little fairer than last year because we let the Los Gringos play last, plus we let them have the nice stage, and we got some flatbed truck or something. Well, this year they're supposed to have the same stages across from each other. We're gonna rotate. We're gonna play a set, or they're gonna play a set. We're gonna play a set. We're gonna do
Oh, I like that
sets.
idea.
Yeah, because it was fine. I mean, it was a lot of fun. It didn't matter who won or lost. It was just raising money. But
You
I
can
think
say
that's
that all you want, John.
I know I am.
Hey, I might have been born at night, but it wasn't last night, pal.
But
Hey,
we'll,
But I know.
So-
Here's the thing. Here's the question I've asked everybody so far. I've asked Chris Meldrum, I've asked Paul and Kevin, and I asked Eddie. Do you have a power move that you are planning on doing that nobody knows about? And you have just yes or no.
Eddie
I'm
said
not gonna
yes.
say.
Eddie said yes.
Of course, they had a freaking 20-foot robot come out and shooting flames out of its hands last year.
Man.
Yeah. Kevin
So-
Nazarowski.
So we're not gonna do nothing like that. I'll tell you that right now. So
You're not going to smash some Gobies on the stage at least? Throw the
yeah,
guts in the
maybe I will.
crowd?
Maybe I'll get a
Good
mean,
God, you
I'll
have
get a
Pete
bunch
all
of them
over your
start
ass.
throwing 'em.
You can't do
Throwing
that.
them at
You'd have
people.
Pete all over your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peta, Schmida, whatever.
Don't do that.
We'll see. I mean, I don't know. We got some things we're talking about, but we'll let the music, do the talking probably. as usual.
Nice.
So
That's what I like to hear.
Nice.
Mhm.
Maybe
Now,
you
we don't
should
need all
write
that-
a
we
song
don't need all
called
that
Let
Los
the Music
Gringos
Be-
flash. We don't need
Yeah.
that.
So let me ask you this: Have you ever done something like Los Gringos did, where they had them and alter ego kind of combined?
Well, if you've ever come to some of our shows, we'll have 5 or 6
Multiple
different
people come up, right?
Yeah, I mean, everyone from Darren Hagel, the Elvis, he has a great Elvis tribute band, to, Brent Muro. We do bunch of country songs. We're going to be doing some songs with him up for Boat Race Weekend.
Yeah.
One of the greatest singers around here for sure. We always have a bunch of people. Lance,
Oh, Lance Burgess.
yeah, Lance Burgess, our 5th Goby. We get
You
him up
should have
there.
said no. You
Paul,
should have
John,
said no. You know what he's getting at, don't you?
Yeah.
God
No,
dang, you
I'm
should
not
have said no,
I'm not
John.
getting no.
You should have
What
said
what I
no.
wanted to know.
Right.
You know
You
what's
can
gonna
come
come
up. I
next?
didn't
He's
say
gonna hit
something
you
big.
up. You're gonna get a text after the show.
Is he
No,
gonna
I
cry
know
now?
6 songs. I play them well. That's
Yeah, I think he's going to cry. Yep.
Well, that's what you told me I had to do, make him cry. So.
Right.
Buddy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you'll never be invited up on that stage. I'm sorry.
No, but John, I'm sure that if you were to do something like that, I'm sure you would just probably bring Kevin and Paul in with you guys. And
Oh yeah, because we're basically the one and the same.
Yeah.
Paul's played with us before when our bass player's been out, sick or whatever, and Paul fills in. Tom, if he can't make it, Kevin moves in, and so Paul and Oates and us are pretty much an intertwined group of guys that play together and can play together, and so some of the, there's another guy that's amazing voice and player is Paul Shunk. So
no
you guys
question
are
about
just
that.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are my idols around here, and I watch them, and I'm as starstruck just watching them guys as I am watching, anybody, anybody out there, a big, huge band. I don't care. These guys play as good as any of them guys do. So.
Well, the nice thing about the bands in our area in St. Clair County, it seems like there's a lot of camaraderie between the bands, and I've never seen that anywhere else. I mean, maybe it does happen in certain areas, but it just seems like everybody knows everybody and everybody goes to see each other too, which you don't see a lot. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Around
really
here,
sucks.
that's how it works. Yeah. I mean,
I'd
everybody
really like to
knows.
see you guys hate each other and say shit about each other.
Oh,
I think
I
it'd be
don't-
much more,
That's for the battle of the bands. I think he's sandbagging. I think he's gonna throw down the
or you
gauntlet.
think he's gonna
Oh,
get
yeah.
up there?
Oh yeah.
I don't
Hey,
know.
John, it's notorious. I like to coin all of you superstars of the St. Clair County, right?
Okay, here you
whether
go.
you're a football coach, whether you're a musician, whatever. Mike, is it fair to say, would the Gobies be the Rolling Stones of St. Clair County?
It could be. I'm thinking more like Jay Giles. I think they're the
Jay Giles, no way.
Yeah.
No
I
way.
like that. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, we had two iconic bands.
Yeah, but Jay Giles is more of a party
Yeah.
band. The Stones are like a
That's what we
business. Jay Giles is like a party band. I think it's Jay Giles. I think it's the Jay Giles
Jay
band.
Giles, do you
I
agree with
agree.
that, John?
See, John
I always
agrees.
said if you wanted to look at Los Gringos and us, two different bands, they play more classic, that classic REO to Journey to AC/DC stuff. And we're more, the alternative dancey stuff that, soundtrack songs and pop music, a little more pop to us than that. But yeah, two different bands, two different themes.
You're like the
So what works for them
106.3 of
doesn't
St.
work for
Clair
us.
County.
We couldn't do their songs and they wouldn't, if they tried to do our playlist, if we swap playlists, which would be fun to do one day.
You should do
Oh,
that.
yeah.
You
But it
should
would
do
be-
that. That should be the
It
gauntlet.
would be I don't know. We would be screwed. I mean, I'm sure they could probably pull most of our songs out, but we don't have keyboards and I don't have Eddie's voice.
That's a
We
great
would
idea
struggle
for
with
Battle
Battle
of
of
the
the
Journey
Bands.
song
Listen,
just wouldn't-
Battle of the
wouldn't
Bands,
happen.
Bizarro World Battle of the Bands. We got to swap each other's playlists.
And you don't
What-
get a choice. They just throw a song at and you got to play their song.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
or you put a bunch of songs in the hat and you draw them out and you got to play that song.
That would be so freaking hard. Holy shit. It would be
Oh my
fun,
God.
but it would be hard.
It'd be awesome.
That's
Yeah.
a great
It would be
idea,
funny.
though. That's a
Yeah.
great idea.
So you guys are the cool FM of St. Clair County. So you play a
Yeah.
little bit of everything.
Well,
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking they're kind of like the Sticks of St. Clair County.
Yeah.
Sticks.
I like Sticks too. That's a great band.
Yeah, I know, but you got to look at you're the most popular band of St. Clair County. What is one of the most iconic bands? That's what
You're
we're
right.
looking for.
You're right. I mean, probably the most well-known band in the world has got to be.
I
the
mean,
Rolling
listen,
Stones.
let's face it. When
Right.
Jay Giles is going to go play one of their amphitheaters, you get it's sold out in 2 days. When the Stones are going to play Pine Knob, it's sold
10
out in
minutes.
2 minutes. Yeah,
You're right.
that's what you guys are like. To me, I
Well,
mean,
I want to be the Rolling Stones then, I guess. So.
Yeah.
Well, you can also throw this out too. I mean, I know they're not a very popular band, but they have a huge following like you. I mean, you could be Fish.
Yeah.
No,
I'm not a big fan of Fish, but
No, I'm not,
They're not a jam
but I
band.
don't know how
Or,
the hell they do it.
or
but they
the
do
Grateful Dead type.
Yeah, the Grateful Dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the van would fit
we're
with the
just
Grateful
going
Dead
off the
crowd.
rails. This bit really went south quick. I
Yeah.
retract. I retract that statement. Let's
And
get
you know
on.
what? I got 5% left on this. What time is it? Can we gonna wrap this thing up? Or?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think we're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's also the smartest motherfucker that ever came on here and
He
said
is. He knows when to call it. I love it. I love it.
You know, I got 5% left.
Read the room. Read the room.
Yeah, read the room.
Thanks for doing that. We can't do it. None of us can do
Yeah.
that. So
We can't
thanks.
shut the fuck
Thank-
up, honestly, John.
Yeah.
So thanks for
I'm
shutting
out
us
of
up.
vibes. So I'm out of vibes. I
I'm
got
out of- So, hey, John, thanks for coming on to the show. And to all the people out there, hey, remember, check us out on YouTube. You can actually click up or down if you like it. You can sign up, be a subscriber, and be notified when a new show is on. Don't forget, we also have a Facebook page that is on. It's the Idiot Circle, and there it is.
There it is.
The Idiot Circle. And again, and real quick before we leave, I want to give a hell yeah to Brock Hanley with given about 7 different topics that we could
Yeah.
talk about.
Yeah.
So
And go see the Gobies. So Friday in New Baltimore
Yep, Friday
at the
PM.
park. Yeah.
Yep, right on the
And then go
waterfront.
see
It's
him,
gonna be beautiful.
And the next Friday you're playing boat night
Boat
in
night, yeah,
St. Clair. Okay.
That's a bash. It's a banger, yeah. And then Los
Wow.
Gringos will be actually Paul Notes will be playing before us on Friday night. So you get 2 great bands. And then
Awesome.
Los Gringos on Saturday night. So and then
Nice.
I
Nice.
think Alter Ego's on Sunday. So 3 nights, 3 days of just blown out music. You know,
So keep-
I'm not sure if the Meldon
Complete
Brothers should be in there
debauchery.
somewhere too. I think the
Hmm.
Meldon Brothers are probably playing during the day too. So
Man.
I haven't seen the schedule yet. So
We might have to
everybody
bring
will
the
be around.
camper down
Brett
there.
Muro
Just
will
camp
be
out.
playing a little bit with us. So we're gonna get him up there and do some of his songs this year. So it should be really cool. So
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, John. We really appreciate it.
yeah, thanks, Mike. Thanks, Zara of the Idiot Circle. Thank you, Freddie.
you're welcome, Johnny boy.
All right. Take it easy.
You guys take it easy. We'll see you soon.
Yep.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah.